Let's see, Krista, I'm going to come back to you. So what are some of your suggestions for these women to have a successful recruitment?
Okay, it's, well, as Maggie said earlier, truly, just the main thing is be true to yourself. And as I referenced a little bit earlier, keep an open mind. For those of you that are going to campuses with larger Greek systems, as Chris referenced, you might see 15 chapters on the first 2 days of recruitment, and that's a lot. You know, like, and I hate to make this analogy, but I will. For any parents in the room that have gone house hunting, you know, after you start looking at the 5th, 6th, 7th house, it all blends together a little bit. You know, like, which was that the one with the green kitchen or the white kitchen? So one suggestion is if you are carrying a clutch or a purse or something, you might want to just have a little piece of paper, because you'll have time between events when you're transitioning from house A to house B, and you might just want to take some notes for yourself. Because when you sit down and you have to rank those chapters, as Chris referenced, it might all run together, you know, especially if you don't have, I was not from a Greek family, so when I went through recruitment, I did not have a ton of familiarity with a lot of the houses other than my mother was career Delta, and so whatever her flight attendant friends told me was basically all I knew. So you might just want to take some notes for yourself and, you know, write down what resonated with you, or, you know, what was comfortable or whatever. And so when you are sitting down, and also when you're looking to it the next day. But as Mary said, you know, you might be surprised. The house, you might have a great experience at house ABC, and then the next day go back and it doesn't resonate with you as much. And that's why it is a process, and it's okay. And I've also heard a lot of folks in my life talk about how recruitment seems artificial or unnatural, but really, as Chris has referenced, if you want to go to medical school, if you want to get a job, if you want to do anything, this process is what you're going to go through. It is an interview, it is a mutual selection process. It is you making decisions about where you feel comfortable. It is organizations making decisions about if, you know, you are potentially a good fit for their organization. So I genuinely think, as I referenced before, and my girls are young, but truly someday, this is a process I hope they go through, just because I think that it opens up such a wonderful world. And if they are not a member of my organization, I will survive. Because I know they're going to have a great experience. That's the thing. I know it in my heart and in my soul. They're going to have a great experience, even if they wear a t-shirt with different colors than what I had, or different letters than what I wore. So that's the other thing, is don't be afraid to go somewhere that, you know, if maybe every woman that went to this particular college from your high school the year before pledged house B, and that's just not a good, you know, that just didn't resonate with you for whatever reason, that's okay. This is a commitment you're making to an organization, not just for the time you're in college, but for a lifetime. And every one of our organizations talks about, you know, NPC group for a lifetime. And it truly is a lifetime experience. You'll have opportunities to apply for scholarships through their foundation, through the foundations of the groups in this room. You'll have opportunities to go to alumni events. I mean, when I first got out of college, I worked for a management consulting firm and traveled all over the country. And the very first thing I did anytime I was in a new city was reach out to the Alumni Association for my group in that city. Because my Emory didn't necessarily have a big group there, but typically my sorority did. So that was another thing. But so this is a fairly big decision, and perhaps the first big decision you maybe have had to make on your own. But that's okay. You're all going to be all right. But just, you know, stick true to yourself, and you'll end up, the process really does work, as Chris said. Trust the process. Go with your heart. Keep your options open. You might find a group that you will find a group that just really gives you an excellent augmentation to your college experience.